I see online reporting now that very close to Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I know you've said in the past, not something that you're interested in. You don't care about it.
It's total bullshit.
So not
that story
happening.
came from a paper called the Daily Mirror, which is a tabloid in Europe. It's total bullshit.
I'm excited for this card. I guess what's like the 10,000 foot view of this thing, Dana, as we're a couple days away here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. First of all, it's been a while since we've been to Texas many times. We haven't been to Dallas in a while. So getting back to Dallas is going to be fun. And, as far as the card goes, it's hard not to be most excited about the main event. Amanda Nunes, the GOAT, greatest of all time, knocked out 13 women in her career, broke every record, and Juliana Pena beat her. So I'm excited to see how this second fight plays out.
I know there are a bunch of examples you could give. You could say Ronda and Amanda, Cyborg and Amanda, but this is got to be it's got to be up there, Dana, with the biggest women fights of all time that you put on.
100%, 100%. This is the girl who beat the greatest of all time. And she didn't just beat her, she finished her. So what Amanda Nunes is going to show up this weekend. We know what Juliana Pena is going to show up. The crazy, believes in herself, over the top, hyped up. Juliana Pena is going to show up. But what Amanda is going to show up, that's what's going to be interesting to see.
You know what? As I was talking to Juliana the other day, I was thinking of Andy Ruiz, and Andy Ruiz pulled off this giant upset of Anthony Joshua and then kind of fell back on his laurels. But it doesn't seem like Juliana's doing that. And matter of fact, she said, hey, I feel like I have to defend the belt and I need to beat Amanda again before I get that respect and before I really see myself as the champion. So she seems
as not wrong. She's right. That's the way the public's going to perceive it too. Okay, something was wrong with Amanda or whatever. You definitely do have to do it twice. I mean, look at how many times Alexander Volkanovski had to fight Max Holloway. You know what I mean?
Took three times.
It's what you got to do. So I'm looking very forward to it.
It's hard to say, and she's still fighting. So how do you kind of discuss her legacy? But if Juliana goes in there, Dana, and does beat Amanda Nunes twice, who everybody agrees is the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time, I mean, what does that say about her legacy then?
100%. Well, what that'll do is she'll be on her way. She'll be solidified as the champion. Nobody will talk smack about it or doubt it. And then, she's going to have to start picking off some of these other girls in the division and build her own legacy.
Now let's talk about the co-main event, interim title fight, Kai Kara France, Brandon Moreno, great fight. I saw Figueiredo said it was the plastic belt, but then I talked to the fighters yesterday and they said, hey, this is for the title. And Kai even said, I think that Brandon Moreno beat Figueiredo last fight. So I think he's the rightful champion, period. Thoughts on that fight, Dave?
Yeah, this is one of those other weird ones. We could do Figueiredo and Moreno 100 times, and people would want to see it every time. So, yeah, I mean, Brandon Moreno has built a ton of respect, not just with fans, but with other fighters. So, yeah, he is how should I say this? He's beloved.
Is it important, Dana, to the company that he continues to have success, to have him be that first Mexican-born champion and to have a star in Mexico? That seems like business-wise, that would be really important for the UFC.
Yeah, what's even better about it, though, is, you always hope that you can get that, that Mexican star that resonates with the Mexican fans.
Yeah.
But this kid resonates with everybody. Everybody loves Brandon Moreno. When we do signings with this kid, it's probably the biggest signing that we do, right? I mean, who does a bigger signing than Brandon Moreno? Nobody.
It's just even talking to the guy, I don't know this guy at all. Interviewed him a few times. He just seems like the kindest, coolest guy. And you just want to root for somebody. At least I do. I want to root for somebody like that. He's just got this magnetic personality.
One of the nicest human beings ever.
You're known for kind of calling out those fights that might fly under the radar on these cards. Is there a fight that you're looking at that's not Amanda and Juliana or involving Brandon? Is there one that you say, hey, I think that could be great?
Well, I usually do. If you don't know, now you know. I haven't dove into this yet. But Let me see.
And I look for those, Dana. I follow your tweets and I make sure that I don't miss any of those fights that you say, hey, this could, we could get fireworks here. And you're almost always right too.
97% of the time they are dead on, right?
Hell of an accuracy. You say it's going to be a great fight, and damn it, it's like fireworks always. So you are dead. You're spot on with those.
I'm gonna go with Close and Garcia.
You like that one?
So it's the first fight. The first fight on ABC. Yeah. The opening fight for ABC.
So don't miss that. That's a big spot too, Dana, right? Being on the pay-per-view, I know that's big and prestigious, but being on ABC on network television on a Saturday afternoon for the entire country to watch, that feels like a pretty big deal in its own right.
It is massive. And for these kids right now, coming in, the Close Garcia fight opens ABC. It's simulcast on ABC and ESPN. It's on both.
Right.
So to have that kind of exposure for these kids, it's so massive.